Yeah.
Shweta.
Hi. I'm here after a very long time, and I'm really happy to be hosting you because you're a great buddy. If anybody doesn't know that, we were in the same ACC cohort, and oh my God, that seems such a long time ago, Vivek. You
Yeah.
have launched your coaching business since then. You quit your corporate job, and you are on your way to creating a fantastic business, and you already have some clients in your kitty. So today is Regal Life series episode number 67, and we're talking about launching yourself as a professional coach. And we have with us Vivek, who is leadership coach now. And I mean, I can't feel prouder because we started this journey together. As I'm repeating, I get all emotional about it. So, Vivek, lovely to have you here. And I want to start the conversation, though we're going to be talking a lot about how to launch yourself, what it is like to be in a corporate job or not in a job, and then create a business around coaching. Yes, you get certified, but then how do you get clients? How do you create a business? What are the processes you use? We're going to get into that. But because you suggested this topic, also because I remember you were talking to a few peer coaches who are interested in the subject. Please tell me, what do you mean when you say launching yourself as a professional coach?
First of all, Shweta, thank you for having me here once again. And thank you to Regal again uh, for giving an opportunity to share my thoughts around the topic which you just mentioned. So, it has, and yes, it's been long. We did our entire training together, and it has been great keeping connect and being here once again. So, when I say launching professionally means letting the world know that I am a leadership coach, if I say. So launching myself as a leadership coach is coming into visibility that, okay, there is someone, Vivek Agrawal, as a leadership coach whom you can reach out for coaching assignments. So that is in very simple terms, if I say what launching yourself means, if that answers your
Right.
question. Very, very short.
Making yourself visible, letting people know this is what you're doing. Now, coming to it's been what? How long has it been since you got a certification? Like, not even a year, right? Uh,
Yes.
April, right? I think we did it together, the exam.
25th April, 25th April. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also remember the day, if I may, with your permission, the day you called me and
Please.
said, I'm thinking of quitting my job and, just going for it. What do you think? I still remember that very vividly. And the excitement in your voice, and yet the little, I don't know how to do it, but I know I'm going to do it, that kind of a thing. And today, I know I've been talking to you. You have, like I said, some clients in your kitty, and you're looking forward to so many leads. What does success really mean to you? When you say becoming a successful coach, because that was a conversation we were having, success means different things, right, for different people. So when you say making yourself, we did spoke about professional. What does successful mean to you when you're launching yourself as a professional coach?
Interesting question, Shweta. When you told me, we talked about success, success really means very different for everyone. If I talk about success in my professional career, I think I was successful in my job. I was quite successful in my job, if I can use that term, right? And that can mean a lot of things for a lot of people. Quitting the job was a very difficult decision for coaching, you know. And when coaching, and to be very honest, I don't see coaching as anywhere near the earning potential which I had in my professional career, right?
Mhm.
Coaching is a good business without doubt, but for me, success in coaching was the impact which I could bring. I didn't leave India Mart for a higher earning professional job in coaching, right? But I left India Mart for coaching because by coaching I thought I could bring impact at large, which I was not able to within the confinement of my regular job at India Mart. So I
Mhm.
think for me, success was when I went out professionally and brought impact to one person outside my uh, India Mart purview, I can say, or whom I knew earlier. So that first impact told me that Vivek, you are doing a good job. You are able to bring impact in people's life, which was a core reason which brought me to
Mm.
coaching. I remember very distinctly the first day when we were in the training and Mani asked us, wow, what brings you to coaching? Why
Mm.
have you come to become a coach? And I very clearly said that I do mentor many people. I think I can bring a structure to it and bring a larger impact. That's what I like about my job, which I do. Technology is a thing, right? Technology is my profession. Coaching is my passion, which I love. So if that answers your question.
Interesting. Impact was something that came across so strongly, you know, create an impact. And I believe all of us at some point have experienced coaching before we decided to become coaches. Unlike me, mine is a different story, but I've heard a lot of learner coaches talk about how it created impact and change in their world. And it's wonderful to hear how, you know, like how they say, change one person and you start changing the world. And you beautifully said that that was a profession. This is passion. And now, since we spoke about professional success earlier, being professional coach earlier, it's like you're bringing your passion into that zone of also professional success. Would that be correct to say?
Yes, you can say, but again, professional success is also about the impact. I would say once again, people measure their professional success with the money they earn. In my current scheme of things, I am not measuring my success by the money I earn. Rather, I am measuring my success as a coach from how many people have I been able to impact. So if I was just before this our live around 30 minutes ago, I was just checking the list of the sessions which I have done. I was trying to find out unique people, count of unique people whom I have coached, and that was a number of 75. So including the peer coaching and everything. So 13, 14 were peer coaches, rest were outside peer coaching, and that is success which I talk about.
Wow. I think it also comes from that deep sense of satisfaction that comes, like you said, you were looking for those unique people. Maybe by unique, you mean something unique that they were looking for, something unique that the process of coaching and you could be for them. It's
Yeah.
amazing. But you can't deny, right? Anybody who's planning to shift from, let's say, a job to coaching as a business, right? You really cannot overlook the money and the having clients part of it. Of course, that's part of the business too. So
Yeah.
initially, I mean, I'm interested, and I'm sure the audience watching this live today would like to know when you stepped out of your corporate job and you were wondering how to get new clients. You're great at technology. You also did a muse out with us. How did you begin to generate clients? What was it like in the beginning, and how has it progressed from there to now?
I think very valid point mentioned, Shweta. And sorry, I talk a lot, so I may take some time to explain what I'm thinking, right? So money is very important. That's a big motivating factor any day, right? And that is more important when you feel that your time is very valuable. See, if my time is valuable, then I must get value out of the time which I invest. The value can be in terms of the impact which I bring to the other person, and it's also in terms of the money which I earn, right? As Subhash says, right? Sales is a service. I always thought that I was a very bad salesman. In my past, I failed one of my job opportunities because I just couldn't do sales. And
Okay.
coming my second job, I worked only for 3 months because I was supposed to create bids on online for SEO projects, and I just couldn't do it. And I realized, yeah, this is a person, right, in sales. But when it comes to coaching, and when that sales becomes a service for you, then whenever I meet someone, I see that can I help this person? Yes, I can help. Okay. So can I help be free? Help cannot be free. Help comes with certain return, right? And largely because the other person doesn't value free help. If
Sure.
this is what I think, the other person never values free help. When I say other person, 90% of time, right? This means I have to get something in return. Hence, that's a business. So
Mm-hmm.
when I see sales as a service, I'm all in to do sales. I'm all in to reach out to potential clients and convert them and earn money out of it, and the maximum you can. And that return is the ROI which the other client gets. So as we say that if you coach a CEO, the CEO has higher ROI versus you coach a mid person or junior person, that person has a lower ROI, and hence you attract lower return. So that's how it goes accordingly, right? So when it is about building business, I always believe that. So I reach out to people just to first see where are the coaching opportunities. So I can talk
Mm-hmm.
about when I was in India Mart, right? As you know, that I started my coaching journey being in India Mart. I used to think, how do I reach out to people?
Mm-hmm.
How do I tell people that I'm coaching? Let's come. Let's be my client. Let's be my coachee. That's not out there how I can reach out to people. I was not very confident on that. But one fine day I realized that I have to go out. So I created a list on my Excel sheet and who are the people within the organization I know, whom I trust, who trust me, so that if I reach out to them, they'll come and sit with me at least for a session. That was my thought. I really remember, I reached out to 19 people in India Mart when I was there. Just told them that I am doing coaching. I have got immense benefit from my own coaching sessions. And I feel that I can bring in difference to you also, your leadership as well. Do you think we should enter into a coaching relationship? And I tell you, 17 out of 20 agreed, 19 agreed. And at least I had the first session with them. Most
And
of them
these were pro
continued.
bono sessions initially when you just started. You weren't charging them, or
I
were you
said,
charging?
I charge the coffee. I told them very clearly that nothing is free. I'll charge the coffee, and coffee is something which everybody agrees to, right? So there was no hiccup in the charges point of view because we had to give paid sessions, right? For ICF also. I
Yeah.
didn't want them to be all free, so that's how it is. Though I collected them from them stationery, distributed to people, needy people. That's how I went about it from the remuneration perspective,
Mhm.
right? So important is reaching out to people. The first set of people I reached out was like this. They came. I did 5 to 6 sessions with them, with charging a coffee for every session. And when I left India Mart, two of them converted. Out of those 17, two of them converted. That was good for me to start. And when I say converted, they continued with me as a paid client. Though it's
Wonderful.
not about how much money they were paying, it's about they continued with me as a paid client. And it was my starting, right? I did not charge enough. I did not charge more, I would say. I did not want to say them that, okay, so now, see, I had a good relationship with them when I was in India Mart. See, India Mart was all about personal relationship for me. So two converted, low remuneration, okay. I got, yeah,
So it would be
go ahead.
correct to say that you started off in a way which was comfortable for you, and you did say one fine day. We guys don't have to wait for that one fine day. It can be, but it was very, very nicely, like one fine day realized. And sometimes we keep waiting for that one fine day, but you can start right away, which is a beautiful thing you shared. You had a set of people, you started off, and you were still not giving it for free, knowing that there has to be some value to this giving. So even a coffee or a book or something, which is something we all started with, and then from there you got two converts, and it's interesting to know the ratio also. Like you said, from 17 only two people continued. So that's also an
Yeah,
interesting thing that I also was looking at, the conversion ratio. Maybe you have 10 people that are 1 out of 10 converts. So I think that there's also that. Now that brings us to the process bit of it also. For me, process would be like, how are you going about it? But I know that, for process is different for you because you're a tech guy. And how Subhash also says, that process. And I know his quotes, like one of which you shared, that service. What was that? Sales is service. I
sales is a
love that.
service. Sales
I'm
is
going
a
to
service.
remember that now. It makes it easier for you to sell.
Yeah,
I
and
don't remember.
that day when Subhash mentioned is still registered in my brain. I've never forgotten that. So yeah,
I'm glad I'm here to listen to this again. And now I'm going to tell myself, okay, I'm doing a service when I'm selling my,
yes, yes, you
coaching
are.
service. So
Yes,
beautiful. Thank you for that. And he also says, Subhash is our mentor at Regal Unlimited, where we train both of us together. We also on our PCC journey together. So he says, process and discipline work. I'm going to read it out because it's a difficult one. Process and discipline work wonders, and that's our strength at Regal too. So I want to have your take on it, and what are the processes you use to kind of come to where you are today as a successful coach?
I'm glad that you asked this question, Shweta. It just reminded me of one discussion which I had with one of my ICF Delhi chapter coaches, who is
Hmm.
also an author. He recently published his book, and I told him that he's Sandeep Jain. So I told him that I am also writing my book. He said, "Wow, great!" And then he told me that I'll give you a tip. More than writing, it's about the discipline of writing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
about writing every day, be it for 15 minutes. So that's what you just mentioned, right? Process and discipline. For anything to become successful, you need to have a discipline, number one. Number two, creating a process helps you to repeat it. What's the process? Process is a set of actions which you repeat, which is repeatable, and you follow it repeatedly. That's the process. For me, uh, to build a business out of coaching, I just talked about, right? Sales is an outcome of marketing. Marketing is all about visibility. Visibility means you have to be present where your clients are. Remember, Subhash mentioned and PK mentioned in the Coaching Unlimited also. I don't forget that. So you
What is
have to
that
be
again?
where your
What is that again?
you have to be where your clients are. So if I
Yeah.
am a leadership coach and if my clients are on LinkedIn, I have to be on LinkedIn, right? So I'm very active on LinkedIn. I check LinkedIn regularly. I post regularly. I engage with other people there because I build business there. So a process, a scheduled process. If I talk about discipline, emails, we all get emails, right? How many of us have a scheduled dedicated time in our calendar to check our emails?
I
So a
think
process.
that's a different topic altogether. How many times you look at your
So
phone to check?
I just I just touched upon to
You don't
talk
need
about
discipline for
discipline.
that. Sorry.
No, 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 no. For emails, you need discipline. And this is my point of view again. We can differ,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So
Sure.
it's about process discipline. It's about when a client reaches out, you reply them impromptu within 24 hours, right? When you set up engagements, you set calendars.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
I'll tell you, every day when there's a coaching session scheduled, 24 hours prior, I send a WhatsApp message to the person that we have a session tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. And 2 out of 10 times, people do ask reschedule. But if I did not ask today, they
Sure,
will tell
yeah.
me at the last moment. I'm not, and some people are not prepared. They get prepared immediately. Okay, tomorrow we have a session. See, we get reminded. So certain
Right.
processes which I follow. Post session, I create my own notes. I just message them after 24 hours again. Any reflection did you have on our post on our yesterday's session? So just keeps the engagement going on with the client. I can talk about this process which I follow for my coaching business. This is what, if something you want more to add, I can add.
No, I think it's wonderful what you're sharing because these are simple things, and you compare it beautifully with writing a book, right? It's consistency, and it also reminds me of this building new neural pathways. There's something that's really fresh in my mind. Also, how we talk about manifesting new things, how we talks about it in Atomic Habits. That it's a pathway you're building, and you also mentioned relationship with your clients. Because that also goes a long way in them referring you to other people through word of mouth. You're giving a good service, you're consistent, you're not flagging behind, you're there on time, you're sending them reminders. Plus, next time you're meeting them, you have those notes. At least you know what you
Yes.
were talking about, so you're not like in la la land when when you're meeting your client, right? You're there, you're present. And I think that's a huge point, which every one of us needs to consider in setting up a practice. And also another beautiful thing which PK shared in one of his posts today, Mr. PK Narayanan, he's part of the mentoring of, he's one of the mentors of Coaching Unlimited, which both of us attended. Um, is that your direction? If your direction is there, you don't need to watch the time, something to that effect. Like, we kind of clock in things, but rather than, if we know this is the direction I'm going, I'm consistent, I have the process in place, I know how I function, my ethics, my values are in place. That's what I'm getting when you say creating success in a disciplined way. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
absolutely, bang on.
Yeah.
So not nothing much to add. You just summarize it so beautifully.
Yeah, thank you for that. It kind of, and it makes it so easy, right? You don't have to kind of
Yes.
put your head to how do I market, how do I do this, and how do I do that. It's a simple, consistent process. You figure out your stuff, you do it, you're present, you're there for your clients, and it's this is also what how niche creation is also something that we haven't really spoken about. Which kind of contributes to you being a successful coach. Since you're calling yourself a leadership coach, I define my niche as a relationship coach. How do you think that part of niche creation or business building, branding yourself from Coaching Unlimited? Because we have one, coming up in May in Colombo from May 1st
Yeah.
to 4th. So I'm kind of excited about that. Um, how do you think that contributed to you being successful as you are today?
I think that was one of the strongest pieces. Why? I'll say why. So when we reached Coaching Unlimited, I was a coach. I was a coach who is getting certified, becoming ACC coach that time,
Yeah.
right? I was not certified yet. What is my market? Okay, I'll coach everyone in the corporate. I can be a coach for everyone because our coaching process is such that we can coach anyone. But it was during that Coaching Unlimited when I learned that when PK mentioned you must have a niche, and he gave us such a beautiful reason. that if if somebody is selling one thing and if somebody is selling everything, if somebody needs that one thing, he will reach out to the person who is selling that one thing. Because that person is expert in that. And
Yeah.
that was something which touched me that time. And that time I decided I will be a leadership coach because that's the best place I want to be. So while I
Yeah.
can coach anybody from youth to the executive, but I think that that definition of my niche I did that day on in our coaching unlimited session, and that carries still today. In fact, I'll tell you for a minute. I think we already past 20 minutes. I'll take 30 seconds more. You know, I talked to Bhavani in the mid between. She has become an audit coach. Leadership coach in audit. And
Oh,
I just asked her curiously, what makes you create a niche in audit that becomes very small niche? And she gave me a lot of reasons, and the big reason was that this makes you special. This brings your speciality for the people with whom you work, you know.
yeah.
And I realized that, okay, so I realized this because one of my corporate clients gave me 4 leaders, all from the technology product background. Why? Because that corporate sponsor thinks that I am an expert in that area, and hence I would be able to coach those people better. So this also tells me, should I go and create a further niche in leadership coaching of product technology leaders? So I think
Absolutely.
niche is very important so that you can command it. You can command the space. You need to command it, right? You can't be all over the space. You have to
Yeah.
command a particular space. So that's what my thought is about niche.
Beautifully put, Vivek. Actually, this thing about you have to command that space. I like to, when I tell my daughters about driving, and one of them is like a little scared. I'm like, you have to own your space, otherwise everybody is going to kind of just barge into you. Nobody's going to wait for you. You have to own that space and drive with confidence. And that's similarly coming to my mind about if you confidence and you owning that space, which becomes easier with your expertise in a niche area. Also,
Yeah,
you kind of start excelling in that area and people know they need to come to you, is very, very important. You really can't not be confident, not trust yourself in a space and expect to become successful. Would you say that's correct according to you?
absolutely. Thank you for summarizing it again so
Wonderful.
beautifully.
So many different things you gave us today, Vivek, about becoming successful. And this is just the beginning. I'm sure 6 months down the line, we come and talk to you. Maybe you'll be doing something even greater. And if people want to find you, where can they find you, Vivek? LinkedIn, of course, like you said.
LinkedIn, where I'm visible. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So anyone within the community that would like to reach out to Vivek to, uh, you know,
Or you can Google Vivek Agrawal leadership coach and you'll find me on LinkedIn. On Google,
Oh
this shows the
yeah,
name.
yeah. You'll find him in Google also and a lot of other places. So I think that's very inspiring, Vivek. Thank you so much. Anything else that you want to leave our audience with? And of course, I'm going to remind everybody that we have Coaching Unlimited coming up. I am super excited about that as well. And Regal is also announcing ACC and PCC batches. One is starting this weekend. Um, Saturday, right? Yeah, today's Thursday. So this weekend we have a batch coming up, and we have a PCC batch also coming up soon. Plus Coaching Unlimited. So reach out to any of us if you're interested in joining us. Our great community, our great mentors. And Vivek, I'm going to give you the space to wind up this conversation. Any last words before we say bye bye tonight?
I think I'll take up from this topic, launching yourself. I think most of us are held back because we are somewhere stuck in launching ourselves. Launching just what, according to me, launching just means announcing yourself as a particular coach. Announcing means going to people and telling them that I am this coach. I can help you with this. Do you want to enter with me into a coaching relationship? If I can help you. If you reach out to 10 people and don't hesitate in reaching out to people, if you are hesitating in talking to them, send a WhatsApp message. Create a simple 4-liner WhatsApp message, drop to those people whom you want to drop. And it's something which you are doing an honest job, you are helping them. Sales is a service, as Subhash mentioned once again, I'll iterate, right? Since you are
Yeah,
going to service, don't hesitate. I think we all are held back because we hesitate. So open up.
yeah. Great
Just send a
point. I
WhatsApp
think it's
message.
a service, and Subhash is online right now, and ACC starts tomorrow at Bangalore in person. You wouldn't want to miss that if you're looking out for an ACC for sure. In person is always the best, according to me. Of course, online is also the best, but why not? So thank you, Vivek. Coaching is a service. Reiterating that, don't hesitate. Start to own your space. Command your space. find your niche, enjoy the process, trust yourself, and just go for it. Right? So thank you so
Thank you so
much,
much.
Vivek. And I thank
Thank you
everyone
so much.
tonight. Good night. Bye bye.